If you could pick a couple of matches to basically remember your legacy, which ones would they be?
I would have to say the Great American Bash with Ric Flair in 1985. That would definitely be one. Best of 7 series with Magnum TA. Without question, those matches would I think be part of the legacy that I would want to leave. I'd have to say you could pick any one of the matches with the Road Warriors. Those would be part of it. Beyond that, I mean, again, I've had some great matches. You could pick some of the Russian chain match I had with Sting. You could pick a match I had with Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. I had some phenomenal guys that I had an opportunity to work with in my career, and so I would almost venture to say pick one match from most of those guys that I work with, compile them, and that would be the legacy that I would leave from wrestling.
What are you currently doing with yourself right now?
Well, I'm involved in a number of ventures. I mentioned I wear many different hats. Father is one of the hats I wear. I have 4 children, 4 girls, Taryn, Tawny, Kendra, and Colby. The oldest being 18, the youngest being 4 years of age currently.
Do they watch wrestling or no?
No. Actually they don't. And beautiful daughters. All 4 of them are just gorgeous daughters. Of course, you look at their mother and you'll know why. I homeschooled the 2 youngest ones. I actually have a college degree in teaching. Not too many people know that. And so I homeschool the 2 youngest. And in addition to that, I have numerous business ventures, a couple of which the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and I have partnered up in venturing in an internet business that we collaborate on together. Another business venture, a good friend of mine, Sal Corrente, Afa, if you remember Afa, the Wild Samoan, he and I have partnered up, and we're in the process of getting The Rock and Rikish involved with us, as well as some of the other guys. Mr. Wrestling Tim Woods is involved with us, and we've got some other guys that are partnering up in another business venture that we are going to take advantage of. It's a very highly rated New York Stock Exchange company, and we're very pumped up about that. Some guys are making some good money, some serious money with it. So we've got those business ventures going on, and some know, some don't know, but I'm actually involved in moving into full-time evangelism, actually doing ministry now. In 1993, after I retired from the wrestling business, became a born-again Christian, and my whole family ministers with me. My wife sings, does music ministry, and they travel with us. I've traveled all over the world. In fact, it's interesting because wrestling took me all over the world and brought me to a lot of different cultures. The ministry has brought me to cultures I had not been. So far, I've been to Russia, my former motherland. That's right. What? You don't speak Russian or what? Come on. But I've ventured into Russia, Africa, South America, Singapore, the British West Indies. I've got future trips planned to India and other parts of Africa, and really all over the continent, Europe, England, for ministry. So I've experienced some phenomenal cultures and whatnot with the ministry now. Wrote my first book is out called Breaking the Chains. Excited about that, and I've got 2 other book projects I'm working on at the same time. The autobiography, which is yet untitled, although we have a couple ideas. Then we have another book that will be out that will be a business-related book because I'm also moving into the venue of motivational seminars. Going for companies and corporations and into schools, and I do motivational talks. And the book will be geared around business, and we have a title for that. A good friend of mine by the name of Jeffrey Gittimer, who is a national speaker for motivational speaker and sales trainer. We've come up with a title called Predetermined Outcomes. How about that one, right? But essentially what it's going to be, the gist of it will be is in business, you can be as successful as you want to be in business if you'll just predetermine your outcome, and by doing a few essential things, whether it be setting goals your attitude or different. So that's kind of the gist of what that book will be. And so we've got all those things going on. And so, in fact, the guy asked me yesterday, said, how do you wear so many different hats? How do you do it and keep it all together? And my answer to him was, by the grace of God, really is how I keep it all together. And so I'm thrilled. I've got a thriving marriage. I've got a thriving ministry. I've got a thriving business ventures with some of the old timers, some of the old boys working together. And in fact, one of the last things I'll share with you, Ted DiBiase and I have a wrestling outreach that we do, and we'll go into towns, into markets, and we'll bring the wrestling ring in. We've got our own crew on the West Coast and East Coast, and we'll go into a church setting. And it's interesting because Ted, we had parallel careers in wrestling. He was with the WWF, $1 Million Man, and I'm Russian Nightmare in the WCW. Now we have parallel careers going in ministry as well. And sometimes we hook up together and we show people that every man really does have a price, and it's not money. So lots of things going on. I'm very excited, thrilled, and feel honored and privileged that you would take the time to do this interview with me today, and looking forward to the things in the future.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Do you have anything you want to say to your fans before we close? Or?
Yeah, you know what I like to say in closing? I like to say this to the fans. Over the years, you've been very loyal and very supportive of anything I've ever done. In fact, whether it's been in the wrestling venue and now in the ministry venue, time and time again, you bless my heart when you come up to me and you tell me what an impact and what a difference I've made in your life. One of the most flattering things that's happened recently is I was walking through a restaurant, and through the service line, and a young gal had the name badge with Nikita on it. And I said, "That's an interesting name." And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Is that your real name?" She said, "Yeah, it is." I said, "Well, got to ask, why did your parents name you Nikita?" And she said, my mama was the biggest wrestling fan. She loved this professional wrestler named Nikita Koloff." And I said, "Really?" You got to understand, with the hair, right? Most people just don't put two and two together, right? And I said, "Really?" So I pulled out my driver's license. I handed it to her, and I said, "Read the name of that driver's license." And she's studying that license and studying it. And a few seconds later, she finally said, "Oh, if my mama was here, she'd go crazy. She'd go crazy." And, but it just made me think. I thought, and then since that time, I've had no less than a half a dozen people that I've either met or been told they named their children Nikita after me. And not only kids, but I'm talking dogs, cats, turtles. I got a guy who named his guitar Nikita. And, but it really got me thinking. I'm thinking, wow, what an impact I made on people's lives. I mean, for them to name their child after me, what an impact. And so to the fans of the world, of Nikita Koloff, I would say thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for your loyalty. And anytime, if ever, we meet down the road at some time, even the guys that are in business with me now, I mean, I've had people who said, never would I have ever dreamed I could have locked arms and went in business with Nikita Koloff. And it's just been flattering for me that you would feel that way about me. And I would just say thank you. And I would say I look forward to someday maybe I'll be coming into your market and we'll get an opportunity to meet each other, shake hands, sign an autograph for you, whatever I can do to help you out, whether it's you hearing me come and speak in a business venue or in a church or wherever it is I am. Please be certain to come up, introduce yourself, and say hello, because I want to meet you no matter where you're at in the world, because I'm traveling worldwide now. And I just say in conclusion, God bless you and look forward to seeing you.